Okay, in this example, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to get files up and down on our Citrix server. Citrix is something that you will use when you can't get the software onto your personal machine, or if you have a Mac machine, the software available through the student software normally does not run on a Mac. So to get to our Citrix machine, you go to lab.devry.edu. I've put this at the very top of my web browser here. I'm using Chrome, but it's lab.devry.edu. And then it opens up and I can log in. D9, this is my D number and password, and then I just click in. And it may, the first time you use it, ask to detect the receiver. So I'm going to do this. Open the workspace launcher, yes. Also agree to the agreement. You may have to press another button there as well, but you end up in our Citrix environment. Then you go to the apps, and then you do a search on the software you want. And in this case, I'm going to use Project 2013. And again, it's asking me to open the workspace launcher, which I'm going to do. And you have to be patient at this step. It looks like nothing's happening, but then it normally will then launch. It's asking me to enter an email address, which then it stopped doing. So we'll see what that does. We're just waiting patiently now for the Project 2013 to load. Your experience may be slightly different, but just follow the prompts that you're given. I find that it behaves differently on different machines, but each time I'm able to get through the process. And it will take a minute to launch Project 2013. It is not downloading it on your machine. What it's doing is it's opening it up on a remote computer somewhere else and live streaming the Microsoft Project software onto your machine, which is acting like a client to the server machine, which is running the software. And eventually it will load. One note that the differences in Microsoft Project 2013 and 2016 are not significant. You can use instructions from 2013 and they will work for 2016, etc. The differences in the two are not consequential. It's asking me to add my email address. I'm just going to ignore that and hope that it will open up the software in spite of that. It should do that. It's done it before. I'm going to try again. Okay, it did launch. I'm going to open up a blank Microsoft project file, and I'm going to go File, Save As, and I'm going to save it someplace. I'm going to save it on my desktop. And you'll see this is not the desktop of your home computer. This is the desktop of your remote computer. It's your virtual drive, F, which is located in the cloud somewhere. And if you expand it, it's against your D number. If I then go to desktop, I can now call this my Citrix project file. And when I save it, it'll go like this. Okay. I can then shut it down. At this point, you're going to think that this is actually that this is located on your home machine, this file, but it's not. It's on the remote machine. To get it onto your home machine, you need to go to this apps area again in Citrix. So close out of Microsoft Project and go here to Explorer, and then up comes the Windows Explorer, which is a file management piece of software. And you click on that, and then up comes this here. Okay, this is the virtual drive F where we saved the file earlier on. And you can see my Citrix project file that I saved previously is there. Now, there are other folders here, and there is this one and this one. I have two actually drives, which you'll probably only have one, which is local disk C. Where I need to go is to users, and then to the name of my machine, which is Brent. And then when that opens up, I can see all of the different ways, things you're used to, like desktop downloads, etc. I'm going to go to my documents, and I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to just put it in what's called the capstone materials, and put it there. Okay, that's where it's going to go eventually, but I wanted you to see that when you expand this users, go to your C disk, and yours might say local, but find your local disk, go to your name, and then look at all the different places where it could be. Okay, and then go to wherever you want to put it. I put it in my documents, capstone materials. That's where I want it to go, but now I have to get it there. Okay, so I haven't actually done it yet. I'm going back to this virtual desktop. I'm going to grab this my Citrix file, and I'm going to go copy, and then I'm going to go down to the local disk, and I'm going to go to myself, my name. I'm going to go to my documents, then I'm going to go to capstone materials, and then I'm right click and I'm going to go paste. And that puts my Citrix file there on my home machine. Now what I'm going to do is I have to find that. So what I do is I go into my own machine, I go to my documents, I go to capstone materials, and there's my Citrix project file right there. And then you would just submit that to wherever you have to submit it. You can't open it because you don't have Microsoft Project on your home machine, but at least that file is intact. When you submit it to Canvas, to your submission area, the person who downloads it presumably will be able to use Microsoft Project and see it. Okay? Now, let's just say that I've worked on this file somewhere else, or maybe the file was given to me as part of a lab and I have to upload it. So my Citrix project file for uploading, okay? Let's just say I want to get this particular file up into our Citrix server. Well, what I would do is I would then do the same thing again. I would go into the File Explorer, into the Apps area here, and I would go Explorer. Then I would open up Windows Explorer, and then I would go to my C drive, and then I would go to my name, I'd go to Brent, then I would go to my documents as soon as I can find it. I would go to capstone materials and see how I have this Citrix project file for uploading. I would right click on it and I would go copy. Then what I would do is I would scroll back up to the virtual drive, which is the Citrix machine. I would go to desktop, and then I would right click and I would click on paste. See how that file for uploading is there? Now that it's there, I would then go to Microsoft. I would search in the apps area for the version of Microsoft Project that I want. And I need to wait for it to launch. And it'll launch soon. As soon as it launches, then what I do is I go and I open up Microsoft Project, and then I go to File and I try to open up the desktop where the file is that I just uploaded and pull that right into Microsoft Project. And you'll see that in a minute. I'm going to pause the video just because it's taking a while. Okay, here it is again. I did open up eventually. I'm going to open up a blank project, and I'm going to File, and I'm going to go to Open, and I'm going to go to this computer. I'm going to go to my virtual home, which is against my D number. I am going to go to the desktop. I am going to go to my Citrix project file for uploading, and I'm going to click on Open. And now it opened it up, and you can see it's called My Citrix Project File for Uploading. Then I can work at it, save it, and then download it by using the same process of going through the Windows Explorer as I did previously. And that's how it works. Good luck.